So how well do you know yourself? Even if you consider yourself to be very self-aware, humans are incredibly complex, and we can't know everything, even about ourselves. Hello, my name is Latricia Renee, and welcome to Just Reading Into It. All seriousness aside, I think this is going to be a fun one. Today we're asking the cards, who are you? Maybe it'll confirm what you already know about yourself. Maybe it'll reveal something you hadn't considered before. Either way, I believe there's a message in here for you somewhere. And like I said, I think we're going to have a lot of fun. We have 3 groups today as usual. And for the designators, I didn't really know what to go with this theme. But if there's one thing that I know about myself, it is that I like trees. So we're going with some trees today. Group 1. We have this round yellow-green tree. For group 2, we have this conical or triangular shaped green tree. And for group 3, we have a more boxy, square-shaped, bluish, cool-colored green tree. Feel free to choose any 1, 2, or even all 3 piles. Each may have a different message for you. You can pause the video here if you need some time to choose. The timestamps will be in the description. But without further ado, let's get into your readings. Hello, Group 1. If you chose this tree, then this is your reading. So, who are you? Let's see what the cards have to say. Remember, this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Today we're using the Mystic Fairy Tarot as well as some oracles. Your first card is the 3 of Wands. So this card tells me that you like to start things, new projects, new ideas, new passions, new hobbies. Whatever it is, you like to start a new project. Maybe you get caught up in the planning phase of things. It's possible that you have your hands in multiple pies at once, or maybe you're jumping from project to project. Either way, I'm seeing for this card, starting things. Okay, your second card we have is the Tower. Adaptability. This card makes me think, especially in this reading, way back when I started my channel, I say way back, but it's only been a couple of months, I did a short about your strengths, and this card came up, the Tower. And I talked about how it represented adaptability. And I think that's true for you as well. But also, maybe you like to reinvent yourself, okay? Maybe you don't like being bogged down with just one notion of who you are, you know? Maybe you have a lot of different ideas about who you are, which is a good thing. It means you're multidimensional. All right, and our third tarot card today is Death. Transformation. Okay, so maybe you clicked on this reading because you're in the middle of a transitory period. Okay, maybe you feel like you don't know who you are at the moment. It happens sometimes because change is constant and inevitable. Okay, we are constantly growing and changing, even if we don't mean to. So maybe you've reached this point where you're not who you used to be, and now you're thinking, well, then who am I? Because you've got a lot about change here. You're starting new things, possibly jumping from project to project. You've got this adaptability, so you're good at changing. And then you've got death, which is all about transformation. But let's see what your oracle cards have to say. Okay, first up we have your Citadel Oracle, and you've got the Runaway, Secrets, and Running from Problems. So you may lack discipline, and maybe you struggle to stay motivated when things become difficult. I feel like this coincides really well with what I was saying from the Three of Wands about starting projects but not really finishing them. Maybe when things start to get tough or they stop being as much fun, you drop them for something else. Then next we have your Prism Oracle card, and you have Creativity. Excellent. Maybe you're a creative person, like an artist or a writer or something along those lines. It doesn't have to be a traditionally what we consider creative skill. At its core, creativity is a problem-solving skill. So maybe you're in something with creative analysis or something along those lines. However, recently I did see something about how aimless creativity can be a negative. It can cause problems. If you want to look it up, it's called Stallion Theory, I believe. And basically, creativity gives you immense potential. The more creative you are, the more potential you have for either creating amazing, wonderful projects or the potential for self-destruction. Okay, you have to rein it in. Okay, and it could be what's causing you to jump from thing to thing. Maybe you've got so much creative ideas, so many ideas, and you can't help yourself jump from one thing to the next because right when you're in the middle of one thing, you're like, oh, but wouldn't this be amazing? All right, last card that we have for you is your Sacred Forest Oracle. And you have the Raven Spirit, Truth. Your truth. So I feel like you're not afraid to be yourself and live authentically, which means maybe you're struggling with this transitory period that you're in right now, where maybe you don't really know who you are at the moment and you're not sure how to live authentically when you don't know yourself. It's natural. It happens from time to time. What you need to do is just get to know yourself again. And for this, I highly recommend journaling. It is a great practice. Just kind of get all your thoughts and feelings out there and really explore who you are at the moment. And, I believe this reading can help a little bit, but only you can really get to know yourself. So here's what I'm seeing. A lot of constant change in your life, leading to maybe some doubts, some issues about who you are, but at your core, you are a creative soul, okay? And you just need to learn how to rein in that creativity, practice discipline. All right, I hope you enjoyed your reading, Group 1. Feel free to check out the other readings as well. There may be some more messages waiting for you. Until next time. Hello, Group 2. If you chose this more triangular shaped tree, then this is your reading. So today we're asking, who are you? All right, let's see what the cards have to say. Now remember, this is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Today we're using the Mystic Fairy Tarot as well as some oracle cards. And your first card today is the Knight of Pentacles. I love this card. All right, this card tells me that you are determined. Okay, a lot of determination with the Knight of Pentacles, also patient. And with that determination, I think perhaps even a stubbornness. Okay, it can come when you're really so certain about your priorities and the way you want things. The Knight of Pentacles is also the slowest of the knights. He doesn't rush. And for the Mystic Fairy Tarot specifically, the Knight of Pentacles is a more contemplative spirit. The guidebook says that he doesn't rush to pursue new ideas and activities. So again, does not rush things, is very slow, methodical. All right, so your next card that you have is the Knave of Wands, or the Page of Wands. Bit more fiery energy for this one. Enthusiastic, but sometimes maybe a little bit scared of starting something new or the unknown, or perhaps even of failing or being imperfect. So the Knave of Wands has the Page of Wands, whichever you prefer, has this sort of conflict with them where they want to go and do something. They're really enthusiastic. They want to start something new, but there's something that holds them back a little bit. And your last tarot card is the Page of Cups. Excuse me, the Four of Cups. I misread that completely. Okay. Four of Cups is contemplative again. So a lot about thinking, maybe even overthinking things. Maybe you tend to ruminate on things for a while before you act on anything. You want to be sure that you're doing the right thing. You want to maybe get stuck in the planning phase a little bit. Now, of course, the Four of Cups can also represent apathy or boredom, disinterest. So maybe you need to shake things up a bit as well, if that describes how you are right now. If you're feeling like you don't really have an interest in life, try to inject it with something new. Maybe this fear is holding you back, but it's saying that you need to go for it. Okay? Shake things up a little bit, get out of that boredom. All right, let's take a look and see what your oracle cards have to say. For your Citadel Oracle, you have the Thief, seizing the moment, and selfishness. Now, before anybody gets offended at the selfishness, keep in mind that being selfish isn't always a negative, at least in my opinion. I know a lot of people may use that word specifically to represent it when it goes too far and it becomes a negative. But I also think that people use it a little too freely for people who understand that ultimately you are the most important person in your life and that you need to come first. And that is okay. It doesn't mean necessarily that you are unkind or ungenerous, just that you need to come first. That saying comes up again. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You have to make sure that you are full first before you can worry about somebody else. Okay. Next up, we have the Prism Oracle card, and you have hunger. What are you hungry for? Something is missing. You're craving something. Going back to the Four of Cups, maybe you're feeling dissatisfied with your life currently. Also, the Thief says seize the moment. And we were talking earlier about maybe you're getting too caught up in the planning stage or thinking about doing something rather than doing something. So ask yourself again, what are you hungry for? And going back to the Knight of Pentacles, take action towards those steps. It doesn't have to be quick, but the Knights are all about movement, some sort of movement. I think of the Knight as taking one step at a time, one foot in front of the other. So take that first step. Okay? Use your determination to go after it. All right, and last we have your Sacred Forest Oracle, and you have Boggy Bog, patience. Okay, patience. Knight of Pentacles is all about patience. You are a patient person, okay? You know that whatever it is that you desire, if you just take it one step at a time and you keep putting one foot in front of the other, you are going to get there eventually. All right, group 2. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Feel free to check out the other readings as well. There may be more messages waiting for you. Group 1 also had a small message in there about maybe getting stuck in the planning phase, so that might be something you want to check out. But other than that, I'll see you next time. Hello, group 3. If you chose this squarish bluish green tree, then this is your reading. So, who are you? Let's see what the cards have to say. Now, remember, this is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Today we're using the Mystic Fairy Tarot as well as some oracles. And your first card today is the Six of Pentacles. Okay, this one is very straightforward. You're a generous person. Now, this could be financially. Maybe you're very giving, you give to charity, or you give to people that you care about when you see that they are in need. But this can also be other resources, other things like time. Maybe you donate your time to people. It could be trust. It could be affection. There are lots of different ways to be generous. But ultimately, with the Six of Pentacles, you are a generous soul. Okay, so card number 2, you have the King of Wands. So a leader, entrepreneurial. How do I put this? He takes his ideas and makes them a reality. Okay? He also is willing to delegate to others. Okay. The King of Wands also thrives on recognition, not just like financial compensation, but he likes to know that he's done a good job by what other people say about him. Now, he may become overly focused on one project to the exclusion of all others. Now, this can be very beneficial. It means that he's got a lot of focus and drive and will get that project done and to a high standard. But it also means that other things might fall by the wayside. So that's one thing to look out for the King of Wands. Okay, and your last tarot card today is the King of Cups. Double King energy. So you are definitely a leader or role model, not necessarily in career. I mean, if you do have a leadership position, that really speaks to it, but In general, you're just somebody that others can look up to. Now, the King of Cups is very emotionally stable, very controlled. Okay. They also care deeply about other people and their feelings. Okay, but now let's see what your oracle cards have to say. First up, we have the Citadel Oracle, and your card is the Miser, stubbornness, and inflexibility. Okay, this makes me think of when we're talking about the King of Wands, where you become so focused on one project, on one goal, that you become stubborn and inflexible to other ideas, other projects, other even ways of doing things. And for this card, it could stem from insecurity. Maybe you feel like you can't accept help. Maybe you feel like if you admit that you have some sort of weakness, that others will judge you for it. Okay. So next up we have your Prism Oracle card, and you have protection. So protection of others, I'm getting. I feel like overall you're definitely a you're definitely a people person with this generosity and these leadership skills and wanting to care for others. But at the same time, are you neglecting yourself? That's what I'm getting from this, is maybe you're neglecting yourself. You're so focused on pleasing others, making sure that others are happy and taken care of and protected, that you're not really there for yourself. You could probably take a page out of Group 2's book and be a little more selfish. You know, take care of yourself first. All right, let's take a look at your last card here. You have the Sacred Forest Oracle. You have Phoenix, Transmutation. Interesting. So this is all about entering a new cycle in life, endings and beginnings. It kind of goes along with what Group 1 was all about. Transmutation was all about transformation and feeling like they were sort of in between who they are. And I feel like for you, maybe you are just on the verge of something. You're just on the verge of becoming something. Maybe you're realizing now with this reading that you are so focused on other people that you need to be focused on yourself. And maybe that is part of your transmutation. All right, Group 1, I hope you enjoyed your reading. Feel free to check out the other readings as well. There may be more messages waiting for you. But for now, I'll see you next time.